Good morning, ladies. Welcome to the Women's Wellness Community. I am Lori. I know we have some new people joining in, so welcome. Today, what I would like to start with on Friday, February the 27th, is I would like to start with a few minutes of mindfulness meditation, just to kind of clear the decks, so to speak, to settle in. And then the second part of the practice today will be our next bold move. And it is interesting, again, the synchronicity of this. And there's lots about the fire horse and the energy of the fire horse for 2026 online. And then, of course, as you watch one clip or reel or post, more come your way. And I do love that, actually. I am all over that. So welcome, Sandra. Welcome, Vicky. And I came across a reel last night by Sonia Choquette. And I know some of you follow her and have read some of her books. She's a psychic medium. And so she did a reel last night about tuning in again to what is our move, or all this excitement about the fire horse and let's go 2026, and then sometimes it's like, okay, well, what do I do? It sometimes, again, the ideas don't come pouring in. It's not like you're like, I had all these ideas and now I have the energy, now I'm ready. It's like, oh my gosh, like, what do I do? Because often we're just, doing the things that need to be done on a daily basis, and we are into our habits and routines, right? Love them. This is what, from the very, very core for myself, supports me. And it's in that support of habits and routines and rituals that we can actually use as the launching pad, so to speak, to add in some new stuff, right? We've got some of the foundational work. We've accomplished a unbelievable amount, and I think it's important to recognize this as well. And then we're ready to, move forward and or take our next bold move. So this is what I would like to move into in the second part of our time together. Good morning, Suzanne. And again, giving that shout out to Sonia Choquette. She was actually out in nature. So the beginning for her in terms of settling was out for a walk, right? If you can, somewhere like in the bush, in the forest. If not, right, simply being outside with the sky, with that expanse, right, opens us up. And so this was how she came into her reel. And I'll explain that again a little bit more as we come into this in the second part. So mindfulness meditation, again, helps us settle into this. And it's our expanse. It's creating that expansion in our hearts, in our minds. And I also want to actually mention before we come into this, as you're settling in this morning, that this pairs with this Friday, February the 27th, pairs with episode number 193 of the Habit Thrive podcast, which will go live tomorrow morning. Okay, so if you listen to the podcast and then come back to this practice as well, they work beautifully together. And so here we go, settling on in, getting comfy, cozy, right? I have a blanket, pillows around. Your eyes might be softly open or closed. Feel the connection to the ground, to the earth, right? Through your legs, through your sitting bones. And as you connect to the ground, to the earth with that stability and that strength, feeling the lightness, the ability to be light in our arms, our shoulders, our neck, right, our spine, lightness in our hearts. It is through that stability, that foundation, that we are able to grow, as if you're feeling that inhalation, your inhalation, and lifting you up, opening you up, filling you up. And as you exhale, feel again the grounding, the support, the strength. Right, the going out, the coming in. And as you focus on the feeling in your body, the physicality of your breath, what it's moving, right? What's shifting, what's expanding, what's softening. Feel the air in and around your nostrils as it's coming in, the coolness. And as the air comes in through your nostrils, and your lungs expand and your belly expands. And your heart expands and your shoulders open. The air turns to breath, to prana. To life force energy. And keeping your attention on the feeling of the breath, the feeling of the air, the temperature, the movement, the rhythm. If your mind wanders, your attention wanders to other things, to thoughts, just acknowledge that your attention has left movement, the feeling in the body, and just draw it back to hearing and feeling your breath. Feeling the air at the tip of your nose, Feeling what's moving, what's expanding, what's shifting, what's changing. Notice the length of your inhalations and exhalations. Is your exhalation lengthening a little bit? No analysis, just experience. Can you hear your breath? And just for one more minute. And if your attention has left your breath 100 times, it's all good. Just keep coming back. And give yourself a little hug, a little squeeze, a little stretch. Because that's actually a long time to keep your attention on your breath. And just knowing that the work of this, the power, the benefits of this actually is in the process of drawing your attention back to your breath. Because as we're doing that, we are strengthening those muscles that can notice when we are not in the present moment anymore. We are off into the future, right? We're back into the past. So when we come back and we feel the movement and we feel the breath in our body, we're in the present. We're in the present. And we might just be there for one breath and then we're gone again. And so then we haul it back. And that's how we strengthen those muscles. And so it's not a failure to have your mind wandering tons of times during mindfulness meditation. It is the practice. And it will be different each and every time. And so it gives us again that kind of starting point for today. We're going to just take a couple of minutes now. And again, this will be in my, I'm also sending an email out today or tomorrow. And I'm going to share a picture of a work in progress. So my Me Now Women's Wellness Wheel, which I just said to AI, these are the quadrants that I would like. This is the information that I would like. Can you make an image for me? And for those of you that have seen that on Facebook, that's why at the bottom I say, image by AI with my thoughts and information. It is a work in progress. It's probably going to change and shift a little bit as I receive feedback from all of you, myself included, as I play with this. And so it will go into what's called Canva, and it will change slightly. And then I'm able to say it is right. It is my own in particular as I play with that. So on that note, you don't have to have the image in front of you. Again, it's going to come by email with a practice. It's also going to be in the show notes of my podcast episode this weekend. So the interesting thing that I've been noticing about the quadrants is just, again, the crossover. And so for today, for a couple of minutes, we're going to look at, there's 7 quadrants of our me now. So it's the concept of the wellness wheel, of the balance wheel. Some of you have that in my journal, but I made it specific to our me now years and specific to women. And so the quadrants in there are me time, okay, supporting others time, social time, health time, right, brain time, spiritual and or religious time, joy time. And so that it has changed in a couple of different ways, actually. So I'm realizing even as I look at it, I've changed it a little bit. It's ongoing. So for the quadrant, so for example, for our mindfulness meditation this morning, that can be, right, it's in self-care, in me time. It's also in, it's also in health time. It's in brain time, because how we use mindfulness meditation is that we're strengthening the area of the brain responsible for focus and concentration. And so when we look at these quadrants, and this is an ongoing process, everyone, I'd really like you, as a jumping off point, to realize and celebrate how much you are already doing in these areas of your life. And that we don't have to be perfectly balanced in all of the areas all of the time. We're shifting and we're moving and we're focusing on some areas at different chapters of our lives, actually, even. And so as you, as you play with this, just notice the crossover. So for example, I don't have a whole quadrant on financial. And you'll see financial very often in quadrants. It again comes into self-care, right? Our financial care. You won't see house and home separate. For me, it's in creativity and actually learning even, right? Different techniques and different things. And so this is how I would love you to look at this wheel, because we could be starting today, you could be doing it on the weekend, and it is it's celebration of what you're already doing in all of these quadrants. When you choose, let's say 3 quadrants to start, list or think about what you're already doing. And then I'm going to suggest what Sonia Choquette says. If I was not afraid, what is one more thing that I would do in this area? If I was not afraid, what is one more thing I would do in this area? So if we look at one quadrant right now, actually, we're just going to take one quadrant right now. And that is me time. And in that me time, again, self-care, right? It can be your self-practices that come in and relate to self-care, of self-acceptance, self-love, self-compassion. So in your me time, right now, in your day, what are you already doing? If you think forward to the rest of today, right, what are you already doing? What are you already celebrating? What time have you already carved out for yourself, for me time? Right? It could be your morning journaling. It could be your daily walk that crosses over into health time. Right? could be, for me, my evening bath time, right? It's a non-negotiable. Nothing comes into that time. There is no, I need to fold laundry, I need to do this for tomorrow. No. Non-negotiable. Okay, is it your 3 o'clock, gonna have my cup of tea and my ginger snap? That's me time. Where's the time that is carved out for you? Non-negotiable. And in this moment, as you're thinking about it, right, you might be saying, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I don't have time. I can't plan my me time because there's so many people that I need to be ready for that could call me in a moment. Right? I'm afraid. I'm afraid to carve out me time. It's too much to do. I don't know what to do. So in this moment, again, if you are thinking about a few things that you're already doing, doesn't have to be on a daily basis, everyone, I should say. But it is, I love it on a daily basis, even on a weekly basis. And then say to yourself, if I are not afraid, what is one thing that I would like to do for me? Doesn't have to be on a daily, could be on a yearly, right? It is for you. And yes, it could cross over into social, right? It doesn't have to be you on your own. If I were not afraid, what is this one bold move? What is this one thing? And you may not have the answer come up right now. But as you ask the question, again, we have all this support. You know me, I'm out there. Call them all in, right? Call in anybody you want to call in to say, I'd like a little support on this, right? Even in your own brain. Although your brain is saying, no, it's too scary. Don't ask your brain. Come back to your heart. Come back to your heart. Come back to your guides, your angels, your whoever you chat with when you're like, right? I'd like a little support. But don't ask your brain, because it will tell you how scary it is. And so you may not have the answer right now, everyone. But let that percolate throughout the day. Journal about it. Think about it. Try it on. Try it today. And just notice what happens. And so as we move in, again, that connection between, or as we move forward into today, that connection between my Habit Thrive podcast and my meditations, this is feeling very synchronistic. This is just, it's feeling very good. And my daily podcast, thank you. Some of you are here live. Oh my gosh. We're having lots of fun on a daily basis. Sunday is going to be day 60. Okay, how's that for synchronistic, everybody? We started on January 1st, 365 days of daily audios, somewhere under around 5 minutes or less on a daily basis. We are on day 60 on Sunday, which is March 1st. I am 60 years old. We are on day 60. 60 in terms of the lunar calendar. Again, it's crazy. So I will be sending the link out in an email this weekend. You don't have to wait till March 1st to join in. You can join in at any time. You can join in on a monthly basis. You can join in for the rest of the year. It's like less than 30 cents a day to join in with the energy of this community. It's a private podcast that comes directly to your podcast player. Nothing else for you to do except sip your coffee and listen. So I do hope you consider joining in. Feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions. Thank you so much for today, everybody. Again, that was one quadrant that we worked in of 7. And if the quadrants change on you, don't be surprised, because my brain is still percolating on this, and it will change slightly. But I will make sure that you have the final copy, or the final rendition of our Me Now Women's Wellness Wheel. Have a fantastic rest of your day. Thank you for joining in live. Thank you for watching the recording, and namaste.